we start over after that, or?
Why do you always ask that? I'm planning what I'm going to say, and then I'm going to say it.
You plan what you're going to say, and I also say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to say the same thing I always do.
Oh.
Let's restart it, because I know it's going to make you mad.
Yeah, it's
You're really too easy.
It's going to be annoying. It's okay.
That's okay.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Not
Yeah.
that you can respond to us, but
That's
hope
how we like it.
Yeah, hope you guys. Yeah, we don't want to hear from you.
No, fuck that.
Hope you guys are doing good, though. We're back at it again with another F1 off topic.
Yeah, this week about the Baku Grand Prix, or the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Azerbaijan, as we established last week, that it is a country.
Yes.
I taught somebody that this week.
Did you?
I did.
Who?
Maddie.
Oh, okay. She probably failed geography anyway.
Dude, did you know that it was a country last week?
Yeah.
I think you did. Okay,
yes.
Yeah, you did.
But to be fair, I only knew that 5 or 6 years ago because I watched F1. So before 5 or 6 years ago, I probably did not know that.
Also, Azerbaijan, you know how they say, or it used to be called the European Grand Prix?
Well, the one year.
In Europe?
Yeah.
Dude, it is not in Europe. That's the Middle East.
I told you. Yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, the fact, it's the Middle East.
It's not even close.
No.
Like, I think the what's the main city in Turkey? Istanbul. I think the river there is the distinction between...
Great Nile.
No. Is what you, like, say...
Amazon.
One side is Europe, the other side is Middle East. And it's way past that line. So
I don't know what river that is.
It goes... Well, it goes...
Baltic? Oh, wait. No, it starts with a B.
Well, it's the one that goes to the Dead Sea. That's in between there. And
yeah, because I looked it up last week, and I was able to pronounce that, but I couldn't pronounce the...
Oh, the Caspian?
Caucasus.
No, the Caspian one's the one by Azerbaijan, I think.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think. It's like the largest inland sea or something like that.
I don't think it's the Caspian.
Oh, well, not this one. The other one.
What other one?
The one by Baku is the Caspian one.
Oh, so you're saying the one that separates it? The Middle East?
Yeah, the sea that's by Istanbul, I believe, is the Dead Sea, I thought. But I could be completely wrong.
Yeah, I got no clue.
And as we're,
it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter. If you know the answer to our question, please.
Okay, here we go. Despite the great size of the Middle East, there are only 3 rivers that can be classified as large.
Okay. Well, these are just wow, you're not good at this.
These are just large rivers of the Middle East. It's the Nile, the Euphrates, and the Tigris.
I don't think it's any of those.
Nope.
So if you know the answer to our question, please leave us a review or tweet at us.
Yeah, we're looking at you, MJ, because you're the only person that responds to us. So if you were good at the old geography, go ahead and let us know. Or if you know how to work Google, that would be cool too, while you are doing your pedaling thing on your stationary bike that you keep adding those 1 people for.
Yeah.
I hope they give you a sponsorship.
Yes. Just like we would like a sponsorship from Harbor Freight.
Yep.
Yeah.
We haven't give up on that.
No, not yet. We're going to keep mentioning them.
Yeah, we just haven't talked about them a whole lot.
No, we haven't. We've really kind of left them out. But
that's okay.
Yeah. So how was that race for you?
For me, good. For Ferrari engines, bad.
Yeah, for any Ferrari customer team, not a good race.
Not one bit.
Yikes.
I mean, out of the 8 cars that they have.
Oh, something like that, yeah.
I think it's 6.
They have 6 at least.
It's Ferrari, Alfa Romeo,
and
Haas.
I believe that's it. Yep, that's it.
2 out of the 6 cars finished.
Yeah, and both.
So that's a win.
No, wait. One Alfa Romeo and 1 Haas.
Yep, and both Ferraris.
Right. Yeah, that failed to finish.
Yeah.
I think the biggest one I'm bummed about, besides the whole Ferrari World Championship thing, is Joe. That was a bummer.
Guy.
That was his easily, I'd say, best race.
Yeah, he was having a good one.
He was having a good one, and he was actually faster than his teammate Bottas, probably for the first time all year.
And the way things were kind of shaken out, was he down in P12 or 13, something like that, when he retired? Maybe 14.
So somewhere like that, but he was moving up.
I say he was moving up, and he had a real chance to score some points with the pit stops there at the end of McLaren.
Yeah, he was looking pretty good. So that was a real bummer. And the first time that Bottas looked slow next to him, I don't know. I don't think we've heard anything if Bottas maybe had a problem that he was nursing home. Wouldn't surprise me, since a bunch of other Ferraris blew up, that Bottas was having to, pull it back a little bit. Maybe had some other problems on the car.
Band-aid it.
Band-aid it, yeah.
Another funny thing that happened, though, Sonoda's rear wing. The fact that they just like duct taped the thing back together.
I was very surprised, as were the announcers, that they allowed him to keep going on.
Yeah, that was that surprised me. Like at first, I was like, well, why couldn't he just keep racing? And then it's a safety incident.
Yeah, it's a safety thing.
Oh, that totally makes sense. And then he never had to retire. And the fact that the FIA was on their way down there, like running down there to tell him like, hey, no, you got to stop. Or we don't know what they were going to tell him.
No, we don't know.
But was on their way down there is not typically a great sign if they're seeing them do something. And
I wouldn't think so. No.
So the fact that they let him go, they're like, oh, okay, whatever. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, that was, well, I thought it was interesting that immediately after that they radioed Verstappen and told him, hey, do not use your DRS the rest of the way. So I wonder if there's some sharing of parts there. Wouldn't it be surprising if there was?
Well, and the fact that Max has had problems with that DRS throughout the year so far.
And that could have easily been that too. Just, hey, let's just play on the safe side. You got a 20-second lead.
Yep. You don't need it.
You don't need it.
You don't need it to pass the lap cars.
No, you do not.
They're going to have to let you by, except Latifi.
Except for Latifi, who...
What an idiot.
Well, that wasn't... Okay, technically this wasn't his fault, except for the fact that I'm... Okay, so first off, these are a couple questions that I want to look up and find out. So, he was ahead of his grid spot.
Yep.
The guy pushed him back.
Yep.
Does that even matter at that point? I don't think that matters if you're 3 feet up or what. You're not starting the race from there. So why does it matter? Because he pushed him before they did the formation lap.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah, they showed him push him.
Oh, that is what it was.
Yeah, the engineer pushed him back.
Oh.
So...
that doesn't... Yeah, I have no idea why that would matter.
I do not think that matters one bit. I could be wrong. I wouldn't surprise me if there was some, like, archaic rule in there about the car's got to be in its grid box before the formation lap. But I have a hard time believing that is a rule. And then, second off, it is Latifi's fault because he probably parked it, out of the spot.
Well, I don't
coming
think
to the
anybody
grid.
else parked it out of the spot.
Right, so it was him. So it's still his fault, so he's still shitty.
Well, okay, hold up. Okay, so if it was before the formation lap, did he...
You drive the car
You drive the car, that's right. You go out and around.
And because you can do reconnaissance laps.
That's right.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know that, before the race starts, you are allowed to do recon laps. And a lot of times they just do one.
When we were in Austin, they did multiple.
Yeah.
They did 3?
Some people did more than one. Some people don't.
It's kind of just like, hey, you got to be here by this time.
Yeah. And if you want to do more than one lap, you do a lap and then go through the pits and then come immediately back out for another. A lot of times they do that if, weather conditions are getting funky.
Just kind of testing out the track.
Yeah, testing out the track, see what's going on.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's something they don't really catch on the broadcast, I don't feel like, most of the time.
No.
So
they don't talk about it either.
No, they don't talk about it either. But either way, this is still Latifi's fault. But man,
100%.
What a brutal penalty. Like, does that guy that pushed him back have a job today? Or tomorrow? Or whatever day it is there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to lose.
Totally. Oh, yeah, exactly.
They have nothing.
But still, that's brutal.
They're like, oh, no, we got a 10-second stop and go. It's not going to matter at all.
At all. So we're going to be 20th out of 20th instead of 20th out of 20th.
Yeah.
Fucking wild.
And then the fact that Latifi got a 5-second penalty for not allowing overtaking and ignoring blue flags.
Yeah.
What? Do you think he's sleeping in there?
So rumor is that he may be gone after the Canadian Grand Prix.
What did I say earlier in one of our earlier podcasts?
I have no idea.
He's not making it to the end of the year.
It's starting to look that way.
He's not going to.
That's half our content, though. I'm not sure what we're going to do.
We're going to have to start picking on Mick, man. As much as I don't want to, we're going to have to because...
Yeah.
Mick's not cutting it.
Mick's not cutting it. I don't...
And for a while, I was making mistakes for him. Or making excuses for him, excuse me. I don't think there's an excuse now. The fact that Joe Guan Yu is in there doing just fine. The fact that Albon... I know Albon's raced before, but I would say Albon and Mick probably has more races than Albon does in F1.
No, I don't think so.
No?
No, because Albon raced in the Red Bull, but he was in AlphaTauri before that.
Oh, okay.
So he's
I guess I
probably
did
he,
not
he
know
probably
that.
has more.
Okay.
But still, he was not in F1 last
Right.
year.
Wasn't
right?
in F1 and is in a worse car.
In a
and
definitely
is
worse car.
Consistently
Yeah.
beating Mick on a number of levels.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Has
not.
scored points twice.
And I wasn't very happy. I believe it was this last week. Mick said, "Well, really, this is like my first year because this is the first time in a competitive car in F1. Last year wasn't really competitive."
I'll give him that.
Yeah, but Jogan Yu hasn't been. And Albon's first time
I'm saying
in the car.
it is an excuse, but I will give him that one. That car last year was not a competitive car. It was just drive this thing around and let's get to next year. But
F1 is brutal.
It's an F1 car.
Yeah. F1 is brutal, and if you can't cut it, I mean, you're just not going to last. So.
I think Schumacher's still going to be there next year.
Yes, I think he's got. I think they're going to give him one more year.
I think so. I think part of it's going to be some of it being the last name.
Yeah.
But then also, I just don't think Ferrari has a lot of people coming up in development drivers that they would replace him with.
Yeah, but they never historically. Now I know Leclerc was kind of brought up through the Ferrari ranks, but historically they've never went with their own program. I mean, look back at Vettel, Alonso, Raikkonen, Schumacher.
You're saying when they come over to Ferrari?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No,
yeah. Usually.
I'm saying that he will still be. If he was at Ferrari doing this, then yeah, I could see them saying, okay, you know what, whatever. But I think the fact that they're like, okay, that's not our team. Maybe we're trying to filter guys through there to hopefully possibly bring them here. I think that's a lot different because it's like, well, we're going to keep him here. Haas, you really got anybody else that you want to pull up into here?
Right.
We don't care what you
as
think
long as
anyways.
someone else is paying the paychecks, which I believe Ferrari is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be there. I think he's got one more year. Ferrari will cut his losses. Your last name only goes so far.
Absolutely. He's going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
For another year.
Yeah. The thing is,
and I hope he does well.
I really do too.
I don't
think
like there's
him.
a single person cheering against him aside from Mazepin. Do you think Mazepin's watching F1? Because he's still active in F2, isn't he?
Oh, I don't. He's not racing in F2.
Oh, he's not racing. Okay.
No,
I know
don't think so.
He was going to go back down to F2, I believe, and wanted to continue to race.
Oh.
Sorry, those are my knees cracking. Old man.
Typically, once you get to F1, if you wash out of F1,
you're done for.
You're done for in open wheel racing.
Unless you go to IndyCar.
Unless you go to IndyCar, which, I mean, that's still pretty impressive. But a lot of them go to.
They do like a lot of the
endurance racing.
Yeah, endurance. Let's say the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Did you see McLaren's joining back into the 24 Hours of Le Mans?
And so is Ferrari. Ferrari's bringing a hypercar in 24.
Nice.
So yeah, that race is out also this weekend. Did you watch any of that?
I watched all 24 hours of it.
I bet you didn't. I bet you didn't even know what was going on until the race today.
No, dude, I knew.
Oh, okay.
Actually, did they mention it during the race today?
I don't think they did.
Okay.
So fair enough.
See, so I knew because you just told me.
Yeah. Oh, hey, there you go.
No, I did not know.
Yeah.
Is that even? I don't think that's even televised. Maybe portions of it.
It is.
On an obscure network.
Yeah, typically it was. Well, back in the day, it was like Speed Channel or like Fox Sports, probably. I'm not sure. I think maybe NBC Sports the last handful of years. But if like they show like 4 or 5 hours of it at a time, it's all televised. Like you can get on the internet and watch the in between bits.
Right.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard. It's really hard to follow the whole thing.
I mean, it's 24 hours.
Well, yeah, exactly. But
I can't believe that those guys drive for 24 hours straight all by themselves.
Yeah. Without the other two guys and helping. Yeah.
Those guys are just there for the ride. They're just hanging out. They get 2 backseat drivers.
Yeah.
You know what would be a fun race?
What?
Well, actually, I think what would be kind of a fun thing, and it could be like a really crappy, vehicle, but they should do a race where they have a nagging woman in the back of a car, or man, nagging man or woman. Just somebody that's telling them how to drive the entire time. Like they have to
So you have a backseat driver.
Yes, but you don't get to choose them.
You don't get to choose them.
They're just assigned to you randomly at the race. They're like, oh, you get Karen today. Guy's like, God damn it, I got Karen.
So
John's over there like, sucker, you got Karen.
So
idiot. They're like, yeah, but you got Steph.
So you have a opposite point system for those for the backseat drivers. So
Yeah.
so,
The better they finish, the worse the backseat driver points.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
do you want to finish with the best points of being the worst backseat driver? No, you want to be the.
it,
Would you be the best or the worst backseat driver?
So it'd be just reverse points. So if you get them to finish last, you get maximum amount of points.
You'd be the best worst backseat driver.
Yeah, I think we should start this.
That would be kind of fun, though.
This sounds like a great idea.
I mean, the car can't be too loud. Like, I'm talking, we're racing Honda Pilots.
Honda Pilot.
It can't be a loud car. They have to be able to be heard.
Let's get some electric cars out there.
And, like, yeah. Oh, okay, that would work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like a whole bunch of, like, Chevy Volts.
Yeah. Ooh, yikes. That'd be terrible racing.
I mean, it would be slow. We can make the track really small.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's funny. The slower the cars, usually the better the racing is.
That makes sense.
Yeah. More beating and banging.
Oh, yeah.
They look slow as hell.
Rubbin's racing.
Yeah. American style.
That's
America.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Ferrari, though, today, just a big F in the chat, boys, for Ferrari and Ferrari engines or anything Ferrari related.
So my feelings during the race went from, okay, signs you're not keeping up, what the fuck, and then they show his car, pull it off, and I'm like, you son of a, did you really outbrake yourself and screw this up again? And then they're like, no, it's a
Hydraulic
failure. And then I felt really bad for him. And then the rest of the time, I'm like, okay, when's Leclerc's going to freaking pop? And about, 10 laps later, his pops.
Yeah, Leclerc's was on lap 20, and Sainz was on lap...
It was early.
It was early. Maybe I don't have the notes for that. Oh, nope, I don't have what it was. Just that it was at turn 4.
Yeah, it was probably around lap 10-ish. It was pretty early on, for sure.
Yeah.
And then there was a virtual safety car for that.
Yep.
Which Leclerc pitted, and the Red Bulls did not. I was really, really bummed. Not so much that Leclerc was out of the race, but because we lost the chance to see what was going to happen.
Perez?
Well, just with the...
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Between the Red Bulls and the one Ferrari.
The cat and mouse game.
Yeah, because I think clearly the Red Bulls had the
Boy, were they quick in the straights. But
they were
Ferrari
fast.
out of the corners, still, they look so good out of the corners.
Yeah, and they
when their car runs.
When their car runs, they're fast.
They are fast.
Yeah, they're fast.
The fact that I think they said Red Bull was 15 kilometers an hour faster down the straight than anyone else.
Yes.
That's not like a minuscule amount.
No, that's 7
miles an hour, 6 to 7
miles an hour, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like much, but
when we're talking racing, when we're talking milliseconds,
and when you're talking,
people.
I think that last sector is like 28 seconds or something like that.
It's
they're full throttle for a long time. That miles per hour advantage makes a big difference.
The
there.
Aston Martin looked pretty good down the straights as well.
Yeah, they did. I don't know
for the most part.
Yeah, I don't know.
They were quick too.
With them and then the Alpines, they were fast in a straight line.
Yeah, Alpine has looked pretty decent this year.
Not
bad.
Well, they've been real up and down. But one person I want to do a shout out is to Vettel. That guy.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he had his little spin out, it's like he is so clearly better than the kid in the other car, Stroll.
Gosh,
I guess maybe if we lose Latifi, we can pick on Stroll.
Oh, we could definitely.
I feel better about picking on a guy who has a billionaire dad that's funding his dad owns the team. So Stroll can keep racing.
You mean compared to Latifi, who is also from an extremely wealthy family?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just pick on another wealthy kid.
Have you not heard though? Okay, so Lawrence Stroll is trying to sell the team, and
to Audi sounds like
they're going to replace
Oh yeah.
Lance.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if you're Lance's dad, that's like the only option you have, right? Even
if you don't want your son to race anymore because you suck,
you
have
can't
to sell the team.
Yeah, you can't fire your
kid's
kid.
Gonna hate you.
You can't fire your kid.
No,
unless you're like
that, or he has to die in a fiery crash. there's literally no in between.
No, there's no, because it's not like, you can't be like, oh, well, that's not up to me. That's up to the team principal.
You got two options.
Everybody knows how that's working.
Two options. Either one,
you
sell
your
the
kid.
team.
Oh.
and your kid's like, okay, whatever. Well, actually, here are the two options. You tell your kid, look, you're not racing anymore, and he hates you, so you lose him. You lose your kid. You know, he's not going to talk to you, or your kid dies in a fiery crash, and you lose him as well.
And you put Mazda Spin in there.
Oh,
yeah.
Don't even say that.
So we watched last week. We watched the 2017 Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
This week, similar, just a little bit different. Not as many safety cars. There was
not
virtual,
nearly as crazy.
But just some funky stuff.
But watching that, I forgot that Stroll's been around as long as he has because he was in that race.
P3 in that race.
Yeah, and I was like, man, because I remember thinking at the time, like, oh, you know, everyone keeps calling him like a pay driver, and he's only in here because of his rich daddy. But you know, finishing P3 is something.
Yeah.
Or P4, whatever it was.
He finished P3 on the podium because Bottas got him at the end, at the line, literally at the line.
For second.
Yep.
So yeah, he got third. So yeah, I can't believe someone with as little talent as he has made it this far.
It's pretty good.
Of course, he's got more talent than me because I'm sitting in a lawn chair.
No, you don't have a rich father like that.
Yeah, because that would make a difference.
It could.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, you've kind of probably aged out, but yeah.
But I could still potentially play golf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing that they said during the race that I found extremely interesting, and I want to give a shout out to Alonso. Is that he's the longest running Formula One driver
ever.
Good for him. That's awesome. And he looks good still.
Oh yeah, like in racing or just in
racing.
Okay.
He looks okay age-wise.
He don't look bad.
No, he doesn't look bad.
He's not your cup of tea.
I know. He's not the most attractive individual, but he looks good. He does look good for his age, and he looks fantastic in a car.
Yeah. He's only had like one dud this year. That was the Miami race.
He finished P7 today.
Yeah, P7 today. And easily could have finished up higher, you know, if things kind of rolled his way a little differently. But, yeah, man. And the thing is Alpine has given Ocon a big contract.
Yeah.
They have Piastri in the wings to replace Alonso. Piastri, we mentioned earlier that Latifi might be out after Canada. The rumor is Piastri's going to go be in a Williams, which it's criminal that he's not an F1. So.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got Pato Opastri.
Pat what?
Pato is his name.
Who? Piastri?
Piastri.
Oh, yes.
His name's Pato. Yeah. Fun name.
Fun name.
I don't know. I like it.
Okay.
Hopefully he gets his shot. Latifi, you've had your shot, bud. It's long. It's over. It's time to say, you know what? All right.
Time to go to sports car racing and.
Dude, no. Time to just go hide.
The thing is, like Roman Grosjean, you know, he was always like a middle field driver. Had one really good year in 2012, 2013, somewhere in there. But other than that, always like midfield guy, back of the pack. Goes to IndyCar and is fairly successful. So you know, you never know. Maybe Latifi, maybe this is just not his cup of tea.
So. No, yeah, it might just not suit him.
Yeah. So were you bummed about about Perez really not putting up a fight whatsoever?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been fun to see because I think it was last week or couple weeks ago we talked about if either one of those is ahead of the other and they actually have to fight the other for the lead.
Yeah.
I don't think any passing is going to happen. If it does, it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
It's not going to get you at the beginning. Quite honestly, I think if Verstappen is trying to pass Perez and they actually have to fight, I think there's going to be a wreck.
Well, I think
actually no. Let me rephrase this. Either way, there's going to be a wreck, and it's going to be Max's fault. I'm sorry to say it. You know, I love Max, but I don't think he would play kindly.
So after today's race, Jake's wearing a Lando shirt.
Yes, sir.
So do you still like Lando after today?
Yeah.
Yeah? Even though he's a douchebag?
Fuck you.
He's totally a douchebag.
I don't care.
I mean,
I'm a douchebag.
Yes, you are. Fair point. Good point. But Ricardo played the good team game when he was faster than Lando.
He did.
Yeah. And then at the end of the race, Lando bitched the entire time.
I know.
It was like, oh, God, dude. You're not that good.
You know what? I think McLaren played it right.
No, they totally 100% did.
I think they have catered to Lando for a long time, which I do understand.
Well, Lando is clearly the faster driver.
Clearly better.
Yeah.
And I think it was time that they gave a little grace to Ricciardo, and I'm glad that they did that. I understand how that's probably hard to swallow for Lando because he's been, treated like the golden boy.
Yeah.
And I get that. When you're spoiled for so long, you become accustomed to a certain treatment, and when you don't get that anymore, you're going to be upset about it.
I think we're really... I mean, Ricciardo has been great, but if that team was at the front, man, there would be some fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
There would be some fireworks, because those two... I mean, like, Ricciardo's pretty cool and collected.
Very level-headed, yeah.
I don't think Lando would be quite as cool and calm in a racing for the win situation. But, I mean, I could be wrong. I just... Man. By the end of it today, I was like, okay, kid.
I just like Lando, okay?
Shut your trap.
Like Lando.
Yeah.
Always will.
Yeah. Well,
unless he does something like... Nah, he couldn't do anything. I'll always love him.
Couldn't do anything wrong?
Nope.
Well, what if he goes to Ferrari or something?
That's okay.
Okay.
I still love him.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
But then it would be really funny because if he goes to Ferrari, it would take about a year and a half, and then you'd be a Lando fan.
No, I'd be a fan day 1 or 2. I'd be a Lewis Hamilton fan if he went to Ferrari.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
So speaking of Lewis Hamilton, couple things.
Yes.
One, in the race, it made me laugh when he said that his back was hurting.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2, he said his seat was cold.
Yeah.
But now it's coming out that he might actually have some back issues.
Yeah.
Not muscular, actual spinal issues. So, good graces to him. Hope that he's okay.
Yeah. So I heard that he had a tough time getting out of the car. I didn't see it, but I heard that.
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah. But
I want to see Lewis continue to race.
Well, yeah. It sounds like it's because of the porpoising.
Okay. I mean, that would make sense. If after you've done that for 8 weeks and it's as bad as it is,
well, and then
your spine's going to hurt.
And then Baku was especially rough. The thing that's... So, from what I've read and what I've heard, is all the drivers agree that it was a problem except for one driver. Can you guess who that driver was?
Max?
No.
Okay.
He's twice his age, probably.
Dude, why? Why are you gonna do me like that?
Do what?
I wanted to guess, and then
you can still guess.
Twice his age. There's 2 guys out there that could be twice his age. It's either Vettel or Alonso, and I'm gonna guess it's Alonso.
Yeah, it was Alonso.
Because Alonso's like, he's just a car. I just drive the car and I go fast.
I love how Alonso was that Italian accent.
Yeah, and he's Spanish. Yeah. So what would that be? Yeah, I drive the car, man. I drive it around the corners and I go fast. Go Raiders.
Okay. Oh.
No, it's still going, isn't it?
No, it's not. Oh.
Yeah, it's totally still going.
Was it going?
Joe hasn't been able to figure out this thing for some reason. Just keep rolling. People can have a couple seconds of dead space.
Oh, I guess so. Because I'll definitely edit that out.
Why?
No, just kidding.
Oh, I was gonna say, that's funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's me, it's Mario Alonso.
See that? That's
Italian.
Well, he's Italian too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's Spanish Italian?
No, I'm saying Mario's Italian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But did you not hear what I said?
What?
It's me, it's Mario Alonso.
Oh,
like
okay.
Alonso, yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Anyway, I forgot what I was.
Otherwise,
we're talking about the porpoising.
Oh man, it's Alonso Holmes.
God.
Go Raiders! Yeah, fuck the Broncos.
That's so...
On par? Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I'm not.
I'm not trying to profile, but...
That sounds like you are.
The Raiders? Come on.
Yeah.
When you think of a Raiders fan.
No, yeah. You
that.
picture something very specific.
Yes.
Yeah. Somewhere south of LA, somewhere.
Worst fans in the league.
Yeah. Anyway, the porpoising thing.
Wait, let me go back to this real quick. Oh, wait, are you talking about Hamilton and the porpoising?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah, it's all going on about that.
Continue on.
So what it sounds like, and because people are like, hey, the FIA or F1 needs to step in and fix this.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with that is the solution's already there. They just want
money.
No, though some teams don't want to give up their advantage, like Red Bull.
Okay, yeah.
They have no porpoising problems, so why would they want to give up an advantage? But second, and probably more importantly, is there's a very easy fix to this. You just raise the ride height of your car. You just lose a shit.
So you don't suck down and hit the ground, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I know, it's wild. You just lose a ton of performance. And I guess the problem is no driver, or most drivers and teams, are not going to, like, hey, we'll play by this gentleman's rule. We'll raise our car.
If you raise yours.
If you raise your car. Yeah. No one, yeah. See, no one's going to do it. No one's going to do it.
So when you say that it's a performance advantage, that Red Bull has the solution.
Mm-hmm. And Ferrari, even though they have some, but clearly theirs isn't a problem.
So let me ask this,
Yeah.
and I'm not assuming the worst.
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe Hamilton is maybe exaggerating this back injury a little bit because of that? I would like to think no.
No. I do think that George Russell's comments that he's made, because he's made a lot of comments about it, I do believe that those are partially politically motivated. I think Mercedes would like to introduce active suspension, which would fix a lot of this, but active suspension would basically turn Red Bull's advantage into nothing.
Yeah.
And from what I hear, Ferrari has a similar suspension set up in the works.
Just in case?
Well, just to that will put them hopefully more on par with Red Bull as far as the porpoising issue is.
Gotcha.
So I don't know where the other teams are, but from what I heard, I believe Ferrari's planning on bringing that update in Silverstone, I believe. Okay. So about a month away.
Spa-Francorchamps.
That's 2 months away, 3 months away. That's the end of August, I believe.
Okay.
So you're not going to get all the teams to agree. You're not going to get Red Bull to agree to give up their advantage.
Right.
You're not going to get anyone else, especially like someone like Alonso, is like, you know what, I can deal with it.
The whole thing is, whatever comes out of this, if they fix it, you're going to have people complaining, oh, they're just trying to get Mercedes back to the top.
Right.
If they don't fix it, you're going to have, oh, they don't care about the safety of the drivers. It's
right.
One way or the other, you're not going to win.
When you're in a real weird, sticky situation, because the teams can fix this problem on their own. They just don't want to give up performance.
Right.
So, and at some point, I'm more okay with the FIA coming in and saying, okay, after this year, this is new rules in place. I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with them, I don't think. I mean, they're going to do what they are going to do, and I'm not going to care, I guess, at the end of the day. But I don't think it's cool if they change the rules mid-season.
No.
I could definitely see, to me, the simplest solution.
If they came out and they did this after race 2, great. We're eight races in now.
We're
8, 9 races. We're close to halfway.
Yeah.
You can't start messing with that.
I would be, to me, the answer is like simple-ish. I don't know how easy this would be to do. So it's that simple. Is you take, so they have like the wing load test to make sure the wings don't flex. So they, after this season, just do a test to say, hey, if there's this much porpoising on the car, I don't know, there'd have to be some kind of, I don't know, little, it's like seismic reader or something. I don't know.
Yeah, seismic, so they can detect earthquakes.
Yeah, well, it's kind of the same thing.
I know.
Right?
It is.
I don't know, just lack of a better word.
Call it a vibration reader.
Vibration reader.
A vibrator reader.
Yeah, a rabbit reader on there or something. Anyway,
a little dolphin reader, a little dolphin tip reader.
That can see how much porpoising there is, and if it's over a certain amount, you don't pass. So
you don't get a race?
No, well, you break the rules, so you got to go back through, for whatever penalty that is.
Okay.
So basically, it forces the teams to raise the ride height.
Yep.
But does it nullify Red Bull's advantage or Ferrari's advantage that they've gained? But I think active suspension should probably come back into F1. That's a way to make it cheaper, I think. But that's a discussion for another day. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
So here's the other thing that I wanted to talk about Hamilton. Do you know the TV show My Next Guest Needs No Introduction?
I've heard of it. No, I don't think I've watched
David
it.
Letterman.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Really
yes.
good. The show overall is absolutely great.
Yeah,
He's got a lot of really good people on there. They're all very interesting. He's funny. You know, it's a fun little bit.
Yes.
He had Hamilton on back in 2018.
Has that show been on that long?
Yeah, it's been around a while.
Okay.
It was when Hamilton had 5 championships.
Okay.
So I'm guessing it was probably
2019, 2020.
Yeah, okay, it was 2019 because he won the 19 and 20. That's yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Because so if you haven't seen that one with him, it's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes back into his life story, upbringing. His dad's there, going through where they started racing, and then at the end, there's a fun little bit where him and Letterman go onto Silverstone and race around the track in a Mercedes station wagon. And it's really funny because Hamilton doesn't know what a station wagon is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
But it's Letterman gets to drive, and then Hamilton gets to drive. And it's,
so is a station wagon, is that an American vehicle? Is that not something that's over in Europe a whole lot? Do you know?
I'm guessing not, because it's a bigger vehicle.
Or do they just call it something different?
Maybe they call it something different. Because Hamilton was like, "Are you talking about like an SUV or like a pickup?" He's like, "No." He's like, "It's kind of like a smaller version of an SUV. It's you go to the station to pick people up. It's a station wagon, but it's 700 horsepower."
Ah, well, that sounds like a cool station wagon.
Yeah, it is a cool station wagon.
Yeah.
But just a really good one that you should watch.
Okay.
I don't know. I enjoyed it. Yeah, there was I don't know, just going back to Ferrari with the retirements. It wasn't like it was pretty quick. Between Carlos on, we'll call it lap 10, Leclerc on lap 20, Joe Guan Yu on lap 24, Magnussen on lap 33.
Yeah.
Like when the wheels fell off, they came off quick.
Yeah, so I wonder if the porpoising, how bad it was here, was causing...
Had something to do with it.
Had something to do with it. And also, maybe that plus the extreme heat. I know it was hot. And we've had several hot races this year.
Yeah, it's the hottest that they didn't even know it was going to be this hot today.
Yeah.
At least in all of their testing and simulations.
So I know the team Ferrari, and I also know like Alfa Romeo, are already at the limit of power units.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting towards the end of the season.
Well, I think it's going to be interesting.
I guess I shouldn't even say towards the end of the season. That's going to be interesting in about 4 races.
Well, yeah. Well, so next week...
If that.
Yeah, exactly. Because next week they race in Canada, another very horsepower-sensitive track.
I
wouldn't be surprised. And a place that you can pass.
Street track. Street circuit.
Yes, it is-ish.
Technically
it is. It's kind of like a light street circuit, but that's a place you can easily pass. I would not be surprised if you see Ferrari take an engine penalty next week to get Leclerc a fresh engine, and maybe even Sainz. The bad thing with that is I believe that next week is probably one of Ferrari's best chances to win. It is a fast track, but it's very point and squirt, meaning there's not a whole lot of fast corners. It's a bunch of 90-degree corners. The corners are slow, so you're hot on the brakes, full throttle. And that's where Ferrari has excelled.
Right.
Excelled this year. I do think that Red Bull will be faster in a straight line, but I don't think there's enough straightaway there for Red Bull's advantage
to mitigate that.
To mitigate it. I could be wrong, and I have been wrong many times, but I feel like Ferrari's got a good chance to win. So if Leclerc takes a penalty, which he should be easily be able to recover from,
yeah,
it's a tough decision.
Leclerc might have to take.
He might have to,
because the hydraulic failure with Sainz,
yeah,
they can possibly fix that. With Leclerc, who knows?
No,
if that's
thing
a
went
totaled engine,
yeah,
you're gonna have to.
There was too much blue smoke. That thing's done.
I love that they call it blue smoke because it's definitely white.
No, it's blue.
Dude, it's white.
No, that was blue.
Okay, at the beginning it's blue and then it goes white.
Yeah.
When it first happens, blue.
There's
and then
blue,
it's white.
There's
it's
a
like a blue gray.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Then it's just like all white.
Okay, fair enough.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the blue,
the big smoke's white.
Well, when they say blue, when they see blue smoke, it's that puff at the very beginning.
Yes.
There's always that initial puff. It's like, oh, blue smoke. Yeah, that thing's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Toasted, and you know it's a motor problem.
And then I love when they always do like the replay of it, and they're in the car, and you can hear it, and she's like,
yeah, it just,
like, oh, that sounds good.
It just sounds like someone dumped some Legos in there.
Grind it till you find it, bud.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Push the clutch in. Dump the clutch.
It's past that point.
Yeah. There's also no clutch.
Not in the normal sense. No, there's not.
Yeah. It's a different type of clutch.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know, it was fun though. I mean, aside from that, really after Magnussen retired and Tsunoda's rear wing got fixed, there wasn't a whole lot that happened. And then them telling him, Max, don't use your DRS until Stroll retired. And I don't know. I always just kind of wonder about that kind of stuff when you're not running in the points and you're just like, well, we're just going to retire the car now.
Oh, there's definitely a lot of those games going on. It's just,
let's save the engine.
Let's save the engine. Let's save this. Let's save that. Especially with the cost cap going on, which is something that we haven't really talked about.
No, and that's a big topic of discussion.
Yeah.
Some teams are quite fed up.
And as far as I'm concerned, I don't care if Ferrari and Red Bull and Mercedes are, the top teams. I don't care. If the bottom teams are able to stay underneath the cap, so should you. And so if you go over it, you should suffer the consequences of that.
Right.
And the midfield team should be able to gain because of that. So, too bad. Although I'm sure, saying that, I'm sure that the big boys will find a way politically to get what they want done, which I will not be happy about, but that's F1 for you.
Oh, well. So, a couple things happened today.
Uh-oh.
One, Red Bull has won 5 races in a row now.
Yes.
2,
Mm-hmm.
Verstappen, it was his 66th podium.
Mm-hmm.
He passed Vettel.
Yes.
And I believe with his...
He passed Vettel at Red Bull.
At Red Bull, yes.
Specifically.
And with his 25th career win,
mm-hmm.
it ties him with Jim Clark and Niki Lauda for ninth all time.
9th all time. That's pretty wild.
And Red Bull's 81st win ties them with Lotus for 5th on the all-time list.
81st win ties them with 5th. Do you have the rest of the top 5 there?
I'll give it a shot.
No. Well,
I do not have the top 5 list, but I can give it a shot of who I think it is. I'm going to say Ferrari's number 1.
Yeah.
Williams is going to be number 2.
I don't know if Williams is up there anymore.
McLaren.
McLaren might have a shot.
That 4th one.
Williams is probably up there. McLaren's probably up there.
Oh, man.
Mercedes is probably up there now, too.
Yeah.
So that'd be 3.
Because Hamilton's got over 100 wins. I know that they're not all in a Mercedes.
A majority of them.
A lot of them are in a Mercedes.
I don't know if he had 30 wins at McLaren before.
Yeah, he very well could have over 70, 80.
Easy.
Which him alone would put them into the top 5.
Because a lot of those
which
years...
Which is a ridiculous stat.
Right. Because a lot of those years, 09 through 13, or 12, whatever... I think 12 might have been his last year at McLaren. Those cars weren't necessarily great cars. Like, he competed in them and he won some races, but they weren't in the same ballpark as his 08 McLaren was.
Okay.
So,
here's another fun one.
Or 07.
Perez has finished every single podium. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase this. Perez has finished in every podium position in Baku. His first, second, and third, and he's also it was his 4th podium in Baku, which makes him the venue's most successful driver. Which isn't saying a lot because there's only 5, but it's impressive.
Yes. Well, so they've been there.
4 out of 5 he's on the podium.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Can't complain. 2 of the years he's in a Red Bull. 2 of the years he's in, well, one's Force India. Were they both in a Force India?
I believe so.
Okay.
Or whatever version of Force India was at the time. Yeah.
Yep. You know what? There are just some really good stats on here. I'm just going to keep reading off.
Yeah,
of these.
I like it.
Well, this isn't even a stat, but it is. George Russell yet again beats Hamilton, finishes top 5.
So I saw
continues his streak.
Seventh straight race that he's finished ahead of Hamilton. Like the longest streak anyone's finished ahead of Hamilton.
And 8th straight with 5
since Rosberg did it.
Top 5.
So that's pretty impressive company.
It is.
for Russell.
Good job, George.
Yeah, good job,
We are
George.
seeing a lot of really good stuff out of George.
I have been impressed.
For a second there, we talked about was George actually that good at Williams, or
Yeah.
is Latifi just that bad? No, I think we're solidified. George is good. George is a great driver.
George is good.
The other thing I like about George, you don't hear him complain a lot.
No, I do. I really like his English slang, or just the way he talks on the radio. Like one time he said "blimey."
It's like oi.
Oi! Yeah, he's like "blimey."
He's
You're
up in
like,
me knickers.
Yeah. It just
Blimey.
it gets a chuckle out of me every time.
Verstappen's driving all nickery. I don't know any other English words. Bloody hell.
The boot. No, that's like Scottish or something, or Irish.
Dude, they definitely say bloody over in England.
Well, that too. That's fair. That's fair. The accent you added with the words.
Oh yeah. I don't even know what. I don't know.
We're not actors, even though Jake likes to think.
I could totally be an actor.
All right, you got any more stats?
I've got a bunch.
All
of
right,
them.
let's go.
Ton of them. Okay. Gasly scored his first points since Australia, 5 races ago.
Okay.
Which is it's also AlphaTauri's best result of 2022. They now have back-to-back top 5 finishes in Baku, which is great.
Okay.
Vettel, you'll like this one,
Mm-hmm.
was P6. He's finished in the top 6 in every Baku race.
Yes.
So that's a fun one.
He's been pretty successful there.
Let's see. Alonso finished P7, finished in the same position for a second consecutive race. On the day he set a new here's the record.
Yeah, 7,000.
7,771 days.
Wow.
Good for him.
So, do you know when he started? What year did he start?
Okay, 7,771 divided by 365.
Oh, we're going to do some math.
Dang. What year he started?
You can just guess, you know.
I know I could, but I don't want to guess. I'm going to say 96.
Oh, God. No, he's not that old. 01. He started in 01, his first race.
Oh, my gosh, it's 2022.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, 21 years. He had a couple years out when he took a break, but still 21 years.
This stats for me.
Uh-huh.
Lando, finishing in P9, scored his 50th career points finish, not including F1 sprints.
Okay.
Here's a fun one. Esteban Ocon, finishing P10. It was his first finish in Baku since 2017. He had not finished a race until this year since 2017. This is kind of a sad stat. Ricciardo secured only his second points finish in a Grand Prix this year.
Yeah. He's had a rough go.
That's sad, man.
How many has Lando had? Does it say? Doesn't say.
I'm not seeing anything.
Okay.
But today was Ferrari's first double retirement since Monza 2020.
Oh, so first double retirement since 2020, but it's their first mechanical related double retirement since 97 Silverstone.
Wow.
So
that's a stat.
So the 2021 was
really impressive.
Was crashes were involved. This is the first time in 25 years that both cars were retired because of mechanical issues.
I mean, that's thoroughly impressive.
That's pretty impressive.
That speaks to the reliability of a car, which we are not seeing.
Yeah. No. Yeah, which we are not seeing right now.
Yes. So Leclerc is retired from the lead in 2 of the last 3 races.
Yes.
Big F in the chat. And to wrap it up, Ferrari is now 80 points behind Red Bull.
After a month and a half ago, it was the opposite.
Yep. We saw a 55-point swing in the last 2 races.
Yeah. Don't count Ferrari out yet.
No, not one bit. It's the same thing that you asked me after the first 2 races, or 3 races. Not that you asked me, but it was a topic of discussion. Yeah. Is it over? Yeah, is Leclerc walking away and winning this? No. The answer was no back then. Is Max walking away and winning this? Same answer, no. Do I think there's a higher probability of Max doing it than Leclerc? Absolutely. But no, it's not over. This was the 8th race. We have 14 races left.
See,
that's a lot of races.
That's a lot of races. The problem that Ferrari has right now,
they can't get out of their own way.
They should have won in Spain. They should have won in Monaco. and they should have came in second place here today.
Yep.
Maybe even a win. But I'd say you could confidently say that Leclerc probably would have came home second.
Yeah.
Because Perez's pace just kind of fell off a cliff.
Yes.
That's a lot of points. That's like 69 points, 67 points, something like that. That's wiped off of his books. Well,
no,
we're
talking.
That.
Yeah,
it's less than that because he did finish the race in Monaco, but there's been a big point swing.
If everything went according to plan,
yeah,
it would be more than 70 points, 69 points.
Yeah, so they need to get something figured out.
Depends if he gets fastest lap.
Yeah, they need to get stuff figured out. I think they still have a chance, but if the motors keep going boom, they're gonna run out of chances quick. So yeah,
time's ticking, boys.
Time's ticking.
I think that they can get it done. I think they probably will get it done. You just gotta get back in that in the I
don't know.
I was gonna say shop.
Yeah,
but
it's a shop. Go back to Maranello.
Yeah.
Get it figured out.
Get back in the facility. No, what do they call it?
Workshop.
No, that's not what they call it. Big facility. What's a big facility called?
I don't know. Campus.
Nope. They always say like thanks back to all the people. Factory.
Factory.
You got to get back in the factory. Okay. Iron these things out.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's a more European term for that.
Yes.
Because I don't think we'd call it a factory here.
No.
We call it a shop. Back at the race shop.
Yeah, we don't work at the
We don't work at a factory.
No.
Yeah.
We don't even work at a shop, dude.
Well, Jake, you want to go golfing?
I do want to go golfing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go golfing. It is a beautiful 89 degrees out, and it only feels, it has gone down. Earlier, it felt like 106. Now it only feels like 101.
Wow. Should be nice and balmy breeze out there then.
Ladies and gentlemen, we also have some exciting news. As you've probably understood over the last couple of weeks, months that I've talked about it, but next weekend I'm getting married.
Yeah.
So
there might not be a podcast next week.
No, there will be a podcast.
Oh, are we going to
Yeah, we'll get one done.
Are we?
Yeah, if it has to be Monday or Tuesday, we'll still get it done.
Okay, fair enough.
This is our life now.
Okay, yeah.
Unless the wife clamps down.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard her just yelling.
Oh,
so.
No, yeah. Sneak me out through the back and then pick me up. I'll run like 3 or 4 miles down the road.
Okay.
And then make sure you get my clubs.
Okay, I'll grab your clubs. All right, sounds good.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy our podcast, please go ahead and give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram. We are at F1_Offtopic. You can like our Facebook page, F1 Off Topic. And if you really enjoy us, or if you don't, you can go ahead and leave us a rating on Apple Podcasts.
Or a review.
And a review, yeah. Put something in the comments, maybe like, hey, congrats on the wedding, or you're an idiot, don't do it, something like that would be really funny. MJ, looking at you, don't know if you're married, because you don't have that in your bio, otherwise it'd be like MR, RN, and then whatever, XY, but so if that's the case, maybe put that in there, or if you're looking for some...
We need to know.
Looking for some single ladies, maybe put something like that in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe send me some pics. Katie's sister's available. Just letting you know.
All right.
All right, everybody. You guys have a good week. We'll catch you next week.
Adios.
Bye-bye. Ciao. Or something like that. Wait, what's bye in Azerbaijan?
I don't know.
No, that's Chinese.
Adios.